Hey bitches of the world, welcome to the podcast. Welcome back, we fucking back. Happy New Year, stupid hoe. You a motherfucking hoe. You could suck on my big toe. Now let me stop. Hey bitches of the world, it's me, the HBSC, and if you don't know me, get to know me because you know what's about baby bubble, jiggle jones, baby bubble, jiggle jones, baby bubble. That's the wrong intro. Fuck, I always, and it never fails, it just never stops. Hey bitches of the world, and welcome to the Head Bitch Podcast, the only podcast where you could keke with me, the HBIC, as we sip on some tea or coffee. How you doing? Anyways, bitch, happy motherfucking New Year. Welcome back to the Head Bitch Podcast. Girl, I missed y'all so much. I'm actually excited for this episode, because one, we're back and we have a lot to geek about, but also because, not gonna lie, I mean, I do miss having my working camera, but, we'll get into that in a second, but, I kind of feel good because I'm dead ass in the comfort of my bed looking like shit right now, and I'm just like, yes, I mean, even though I always look like shit in front of the camera, but, you know what I mean, more comfortable, titties out, take out, and I don't care who sees because ain't nobody watching me. But before we get into this episode, I need you to do me a favor. Girl, it's the new year, so let's start off in a good way. Let's have good habits. Let's be good girls. So do me a favor, like, comment, share, subscribe, press a little ding-a-ling-a-ling so you know every time I post. If you're listening on YouTube, and if you're listening on Spotify, Anchor, girl, motherfucking I don't know what's the buttons there, but add me to your favorites and make sure you listen to me weekly, bitch, because we are back and we are under effects. Yes, and girl, we have a lot to kick about. So first of all, Happy New Year. For those of y'all who don't know me, well, girl, y'all know me, bitch. Let's not act dumb. If you're here, you know me, and if you're here and you don't know me, well, you're about to know me. So welcome. So I missed you guys. Real quick, I took a little break or whatever because just it was the end of the year and stuff, and I had things that I was working on, whatever, and things that, like, a way of rollout that I had or whatever, and so I was like, let's give this a little break till everything is up and running, and then matter of fact, no, lies, I was gonna come back before I came to those terms, and then one nice day, while on the outside, it was me and my bitch, we was out on the beach and stuff, and I had just got robbed $400. I'm a dumb bitch, but, we ain't gonna talk about that right now. We don't want to get ourselves mad or emotional, thank you, but we lost $400, and, girl, and then when we sit down on the beach, I'm like, okay, let me vlog, I'm a vlog or whatever, because I have video coming out, girl. Why the fuck the camera broke? When I tell you broke, I don't mean like, the camera won't turn on, bitch. Because the camera turns on, mama. It's the motherfucking, because I had the Canon, the G7, and that shit, it flips. So when you flip it, I guess the flippy part, the screws came out one day on one side, so it was already a little loose, and I kind of already knew it, but I thought the bitch would have held down until I would have went and got her fixed. Why? I get to the motherfucking beach, and the camera comes in twos. I said, Miss Girl. I said, Miss Girl, so I have been looking to get the camera fixed, or whatever, but, like, there's, like, not really good places out here that I trust that do camera fixing and stuff. Like, I tried Best Buy and stuff, like, the places that I would trust, normally, and, like, they're just like, oh, we don't do this, or we don't do that. I'm like, bro, suck my motherfucking pussy clip, because I'm like, bitch, what the fuck, like, just fix my camera. So I've been trying to look for a Canon store, and the closest one is in Burbank, right? But see, the problem with Alama, is that over here, for some reason, things would say they're open and they're not open, and it's not on. It doesn't matter if it's raining, storming, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It could be any day of the week. If Google Maps or Apple Maps or whatever the fuck you're looking for, the location says it's open, bitch, you better call to double check first, unless it's like a restaurant or something that you know for a fact is open, like a mall, bitch. Because no, girl, the girls be motherfucking girling. You know what I mean? Trying to get. Wait, what? It's on her. What? I don't. Anyways, sorry. Distractions. LOL. But yeah, girl. So yeah. So it's been a kiki, and then I was gonna get it fixed when I was out in New York, but that's another story. So it's been a lot, but you know, we are back, at least with the podcasting and stuff, because definitely I do miss that and stuff. And you know, I feel like for me, like I said it before, my podcast, especially this one is like, you know, the one that's most like they're all mine, but this one's more so just like, you know, it's my diary, you know, it's like, it's just me, it's nobody else, just me and my own thoughts, just me expressing what I want to express, saying what I want to say, you know, and kind of just using y'all as my diary. So thank you for being my emotional support blanket. Nah, but so yeah, so speaking of that, before we get into anything else, girl, if y'all haven't already, I need y'all to do me a favor and go tune into the QOD podcast, Queens on Deck, with me and my bitch Ashley, as we keke girl over there. And that podcast, we will be having guests on and stuff. The visual version of that podcast will be popping out. I don't know if it's gonna be episode 4 or 5. But we have a couple more audio episodes are gonna be released before the visual version of the podcast, starting episode 5 and going forward, along, like I said, with guests. So that's super exciting. And yes, the hot pocket, the hot box will be returning very soon as well. When, I will not specify. I cannot specify, but but as for, yes, the Queens on the podcast, girl, go tune into that. So y'all will be hearing the Queens keke over on QOD over there weekly, and over here on the HB, bitch, it would just be me. So tune into both, girl, weekly. Like I said, I believe, well, we already did. This podcast is always gonna be on Wednesdays. The bitch podcast, bitch, because I said so. The other one, I believe we agreed on Sunday or Saturday or Friday. I can't remember the day, but I want to say it's a Sunday. But go tune into that, or whatever. Like it up, comment or whatever. If you want to be a guest, let me know. Hit me up, girl. And yes, because it's a new year. And girl, let's talk about this new year. So it is now 2020 motherfucking 3. We are out of 2020 motherfucking 5. Not me going up a year, bitch. I was about to say 2024, bitch. So we went back. First of all, yes. So 2020 time. Period. But okay, hold on. Let me respond to this message because this is really bothering me. I'm so sorry. This is so unprofessional. I'm gonna put away the phone after this, just because I don't understand people. Like, why are you texting me some dumb shit? Oh, you are so sweet. Yes, let me know when you're done so I can make you come. Period. Nah, let me. But anyway, so yeah. Sorry, some businesses or whatever. But yes. But see, yeah, so we're in 3. I keep fucking up the years. And now we just got out of 2022. Now, let's talk about 2022 a little bit before we get into 2023 and what we think about 2023. Because, girl, 2022 was a wild ride. So, this is a little a recap of the year or whatever I kind of wanted to do with you guys a little bit before we like cash up and stuff. So instead of hot topics, was like a little bit of a recap of 2020 time. So 2022, I just recently moved into California because I moved 2021 October. So yes, so by this time last year, I was actually moving or getting ready to move into my new place again, because the place I was living was like the fucking psych ward. You know, it was like Bad Girls Club, but like a psych ward edition, because I lived with Miss Gorilla Donkey Kong and Mr. Meth Head. So, you know, it was not a cute situation. It was always drama, always stuff, and it was always me getting into it, because y'all know, bitch, I speak my mind. If I got something to say, I'ma say it. And the girls don't like what I have to say sometimes, or don't like me saying things, period. I'm like, bitch, if you think I'm gonna be one of the bitches that'll be quiet, let you do what the fuck you wanna do. Sorry, you got the wrong bitch, because that ain't me. Period. So, you know, so this time last year I was getting ready to move finally, after getting into it with Miss Kong a couple times, you know, getting the cops called on me because of no reason, when I wasn't even the aggressor in the situation. I don't know if I ever really spoke about that on the podcast or anywhere and stuff, but we could get into roommate situation one day, because girl, listen, Tired of it. But I mean, I don't live with roommates now, amen, God bless, hallelujah. But it's still, you know, it was still very traumatic. So yeah, so she was a mess. It was always beef for her. Then Mr. Meth had wanted to start get crazy and see the difference between a man and a female is that, bitch, I'm not fit to argue with no man for too long until I want to throw hands, period. With a female, we could argue. I could read you the field, you could read me the field. We could read each other all day long. Girl, I'm gonna hurt your feelings, and you gonna want to stop. You gonna get tired of it because I could keep going. But with a man, I'm not gonna argue with you for too long. I will read you the filth and all that, girl. But eventually, my hands get hot. I'm instantly gonna want to start throwing shit until if we not face to face in front of each other. I'm gonna start throwing hands. If we face to face, if we not face to face, bitch, I'm gonna start throwing whatever the fuck is in my hand if you from across the room, because that's just me. So you know, it just got very toxic and living in that environment and stuff. And I already came from a somewhat toxic living environment or whatever. Like toxic, not in like a physically toxic or like abusive or anything, but it was definitely very just toxic environment living back in New York and stuff, where I was living and stuff. Very draining, you know. And yeah, so it was just something I had to get out of. And then so moving into that situation, you know, I obviously had to get out of that too. So, you know, fine. And then I ended up making the transfer, the safety transfer from that building to a new building, because that was the only way to do it without breaking my lease that was up in March. So I said, bitch, at least get me a motherfucking safety transfer for the last 2 months, hoes. And they didn't charge me. Allegedly wasn't going to charge me the transfer, but then I think they charged me anyways with part of my rent, because that shit was dumb high in April. But yeah, so we make the safety transfer, bitch. Bada boom, bada bing, bitch. I'm in motherfucking the new place or whatever. And you know, I lived alone for like 2 months until I got roommates. I did leave. It was kind of similar to when I moved here, because when I moved here, like literally a week after moving, I went to go to New York or whatever. Same thing happened when I moved last time into the old apartment. Like a week into the move, I moved to New York. I mean, not moved to New York. I went to visit New York in February, like at the end of January, beginning of February. So it was a weird transition. But once I came back, I was alone for like until like the week of my birthday. So like from like the end of January to like March. Technically it would have been 2 months. Anyways, not the point. Yes, and I lived alone. Then so these two bitches walk in. They literally walked in. I believe the same day. One girl moved in. She moved in with this cute ass boy. I'm like, oh, what is this? Her man or something? Cause I'm gonna steal him. Come to find out, it wasn't even her man. I should have stole him, but I never saw him again. So whatever. Miss Lynn moved in. Hey, Miss Lynn, if you listening, girl, you know I missed you, bitch. Come back to America. Let my free my bitch Lynn. Let that bitch come back. Listen, nah. Can you say things like that? I mean, does the government get mad if you say, bitch, fuck, it's this is my diary. Nah, but and yes, and my bitch Senya moved in as well. They moved in around the same time. And it was great, you know. I mean, I clicked with Senya first before I clicked with Lynn, but mostly because she wasn't really in the house like that. But then once I clicked with Lynn, like literally we were us three work together all day, every day. Well, not all day, every day, because I do get very antisocial sometimes. So I would lock myself in my room, and we all had jobs and stuff and school or whatever. So they were, you know, we all had things to do. But for the most part, I was loving it, and you know, we spent time together and we did work together and like went out and stuff. So it was fun. It was a better living experience than what I had in my last place. So I was really appreciative of it, because in my last place, I mean, granted, this one girl, she was cool, and this other boy did Miss Derek, y'all seen him before or whatever on some of my videos and stuff, and whatever, we still cool, obviously, but yes, like he was like the best part of living there, because of like he was the only person I fucked with. So you know, but it was still a house of 6 of us. I think it was 5, because the last person didn't move until like right after I left. But yeah, so it's like a house of 5 of us, and with 2 of us, with 2 of them is mad tension, and then with the other girl, she never home, so it's really like she don't live there. So it just really felt like it was too much. So for me moving, and at least being in a situation where, one, I was the first bitch in the house, so I didn't care who moved in after that. I was like, bitch, I'm the first bitch. So if this bitch is moving with attitude or with their problems, we can motherfucking get the fuck out, bitch. I'll throw y'all mattresses out the balcony, bitch. Bad Girls Club style. Don't play with me. Like, I was not tolerating that. So thank God they moved in and they were great. You know, we got along. Then we had this old ass nigga, 39-year-old faggot from the New York. Nah, let me stop. He's from Rhode Island, Long Island, something like that. But he came in, and I loved him too. He was great too, or whatever. Like, you know, and I loved him. But yeah, I mean, I liked him. You know, he most of the time was either locked in his room or not home, so it was fine. It was a little difficult with him though because he was sober, and you know, bitch, me, I have my bottles out. You know, like I have this little area in the kitchen with all the bottles. I'm a heavy smoker, you know, and so what? I'm like, okay, this is gonna be tough, especially because his room was directly in front of mine. I said, bitch, his room is directly in front of mine. When I'm smoking, he's going to schmaum. So that shit had me tight. Well, his room wasn't in front of mine until he switched with the other girl because she wanted the balcony, like she wanted the window, because for some reason these dumbass people build the building to where they have fucking the windows pointing the hallway where it's like a dark fucking hole. I don't understand. So it was very irritating, and that's why before they moved in, I had took the room that wasn't mine either. It wasn't the one with the balcony. It was the one opposite from me. Anyways, not the point. You see how I be derailing, bitch. But yeah, so he moved in. He was great and stuff, but he was just, you know, very antisocial, and it sometimes kind of made the vibe weird until Miss Lynn's homegirl come from, I don't know where she's from out of the country or whatever. She was visiting. I think she's back in the state now, which is she kind of shady boots. I'm not gonna lie. So Miss Girl, if you're listening to this, hey, but you kind of shady boots, because I hate when people be like, oh yeah, we're gonna hang out with this and that, and they never motherfucking speak or nothing. Now see, it's different if you never speak, but or you never try to link or whatever. But this whole done texted the Miss Senya and like, hey, let's link up or whatever. But bitch, what about me? Well, I get it though, because you know I am a lot of times either too much for people, too real for people, or just you know, like I even though I know I have such a great energy and I'm so funny, entertaining, and just a great soul, I know there's a lot of people just, you know, people, not everybody clicks for everybody, you know, like the period. And it's not because I'm a shitty person or like, you know, it's just, or that we have issues, just, you know, people just don't. So I'm not even gonna feel no type of way. You're right. Anyways, yes. So she was staying with us for a while, and it was supposed to be like a week. It ended up being like 3 weeks, bitch. And so it was like a fucking house of 5 of us at this point in this small ass apartment. So it was like back to the fucking old place. But it was great because there was no bad vibes. Everybody was just having good vibes, good spirits. We were all laughing, kiki, having a good time. But he became like, that's when he was really out the room like that. He became really loose and really just too friendly, which was fine. But you know, it was just like, okay, the 380, I guess, because maybe he liked the girl so much or whatever. Not like I had a crush on her, but anyways, so then boom, everybody left. He left because he didn't want to live with people, which was fine, because I was like, nigga, you about to be 40, so I totally get it. So he left. Then Miss Girl left. Then Miss Lynn left back home. So it was just me and Sanya for a little bit, and I loved it because it was just us two, bitch. I was at period, and so we had a great time. And then another girl moved in, and then she was there for a while. And then that apartment was literally like a revolving door, girl, when I tell y'all. Then we had a couple move in, and then they was there for literally 2 weeks until they left up and left. Then the Miss Girl left, and then it was back to me and just saying. Then another girl moved in, and then I'm like, bitch, there's too many girls, there's too many people moving in here, too many first of all, where's the man? I feel like I was the only apartment that didn't have no men move in at all. I mean, that gay man didn't count, and the couple didn't count, because you know, even though the boy from the couple, he was kind of cute, you know, and especially he liked to be in the living room all shirtless and stuff. Shout out to you if you listen to you. I mean, that's messy boots. But that's just he was real fine with all this stuff. But yeah, so it was really no man in the house, which was fine, because I'm like, okay, I don't know how I feel about living with straight men anyway, especially because straight men be real messy, and not even messy, they be dirty. See, I could be a little messy in the sense that, like, in my room, I guess I like is probably my most messiest stuff. Like, lies, not even my room, because in my room right now, I'm looking around, it's not messy. What's always messy is my clothes. So the closet is always a mess, and there's always like a pile of clothes somewhere in the room. But besides that, it's not messy. You know, I tend to try to keep my things very like as organized as I can, because sometimes, you know, you have this is my thing, especially with like a closet, because a lot of people like to come at me if they see my closet and stuff. I'm like, well, now I have a walk-in closet, so I have more space, so it's different, like it's more organized. But it's still like, you know, a lot of people come at me when I used to have like little closets and be like, oh my god, your closet's a mess. Well, bitch, every time I spend all day, because it's an all day fucking experiment project, bitch. So I take all day motherfucking fixing my closet for it to be messy within 10 minutes. Because the minute I go look for an outfit, I'm throwing everything out. I'm like, okay, this is not it. And so I find the pieces I need, and then I put them together. And at that point, I don't want to put everything back on hangers and fold everything after just doing all that. Bitch, I just throw it back in there. And then I get into the hang of it on the floor that for a while until I get tired of it, and then I fix the closet. So at some point, I was like, you know what? let's just prop it. Since I iron everything, whether it's wrinkled or not, before I wear it anyways, I'm like, bitch, let's just lay things out. You know, I'm gonna iron it anyway. So if it's just thrown in there, it's thrown in there. So you know, you know, besides that, I tend to, like I said, I feel like that happens in a lot of in aspects of a lot of different aspects of life, like, you know, whether it's, you know, work or you know, I feel like when you have, it's always good to be prepared and have things organized, but it's like when you're overly organized or too organized, one could cause either fucking that anxiety that you have, that, you know, now you got OCD, that if the slightest thing is out of place is bothering you and that really fucks with you, or, you know, impulse that fucks with your impulse, so that's like impulsive something. And then if not, then it's like I said, you're gonna mess it all up to waste your time and stress and energy fixing it anyway. So I tend to keep things as neat as it can be, for everything is different, you know, like my kitchen cabinets, obviously everything's neat and stuff. Now is everything up to, like, when I go food shopping and I go through everything size, place, order, and put everything in its place. Okay, oils with oils, powders with powders, crunchy stuff with crunchy stuff. Is everything in that place? No, because I haven't went food shopping. But when I go food shopping, I do it, you know. So, but is it messy? Like, you can't find anything, or everything's just thrown out? No, you know. So it's kind of, that's kind of what I mean in that sense. Anyways, the point was, straight man. Nah. So I was happy I didn't live with straight man just because of that. Because I was just weary about, like, the messiness and dirtiness. I know that's what men, like, straight men, are typically into. And also a lot of straight men, like, whether I stayed at their house or visited their house, girl, come on now. That you lift up that. Not you see. Now sometimes people, like, when you see, because sometimes I be, let's not talk about toilet stuff. Anyway. Anyways, so I'm finally living in my own place. So, hey man, that was a great way to end the new year. At least living wise, I'm really happy now to live by myself. You know, I'm still in the progress of, like, you know, decorating and making things cute. But you know, I technically have been here less than a month. I mean, by date, like, moving, I've been here for more than a month. I mean, for a month now. But by actuality, I haven't, because, like I said, a week and a half after moving here, I had to go. I went to I already had my flights and stuff bought for New York for 2 weeks and stuff, so I literally have only been here now. This week would make 3 weeks in total. So whatever. So but I'm happy to see what's to come, and, you know, decorate and have everything cute, and, you know, just, you know, just be myself, girl, because it just, I like the space. And, well, I mean, you know, it's not the biggest place, it's the 1 bedroom, yes, but it's not, like, huge, but it's still, like, I just like the fact that I can be naked when I want to be naked, have over whoever I want to have over, be as loud as I want to be loud, cook when I want to cook, fuck if I want to fuck, jerk off on the balcony if I want to jerk off on the balcony, bitch, I could do anything. But yeah, so yeah, very that. So that's a little bit of that recap. I also, oh girl, and last year honestly was a great year, like, recap wise, for like I guess my content and stuff, just overall, like, my entertainment in the entertainment aspect. You know, I had the hot box that was popping on my former business partners or whatever, producers channel and stuff, you know, and then that was popping for a hot minute until the season ended, and then my drag has been popping. I'm just for the, like, okay, how I feel about the content, like, at least for YouTubing wise, it's kind of like, it's rough, because I feel like, you know, I put in a lot of, especially last year, like, in the first half before the end of the summer, I was really like consistent. I was dropping 2 or 3 videos weekly, you know, along with the My Podcast, along with the Hotbox, along with all these things. I was editing them, I was doing all this stuff, and, you know, it wasn't showing, like, the results weren't showing, and it doesn't show on my end or whatever, which it really does suck, because it's like, you know, you're putting in time, you're putting in effort, you know, you just keep editing, you keep doing, but at the same time, it's like, you know what, like, I already said, I'm not doing it for that, you know. At the end of the day, if it comes, it comes. The people who do listen, like, I've been stopped by people before, I've been texted by people before, like, you know, like, when I'm speaking with people and they tell me how, when they listen to me, like, it makes them feel and stuff like that, like, it just makes me feel good. So even if it is a handful of people, I do appreciate it, because it's like, whoever is listening is appreciating it, you know, and that's what I appreciate, because it's like, bitch, this is what the fuck I'm here for. I'm here to put a smile on people's faces, to have a good kiki, yes, and to vent and to talk my shit, but and of course, ultimately the goal is to make money and be successful off of it and stuff, so I can have a bigger platform and talk to reach more people. But at the same time, it's like it's baby steps, and especially living in California and Los Angeles specifically, it's like this is a dog eat dog world in the sense that like everybody's selfish here, very, very superficial. Hold on. It's very superficial in the sense that like it's like, and I think I've spoken about this before. It's like very, nobody's trying to help nobody. Everybody's in it for themselves. It don't matter if you're all in the same field, if you work with the same people. It don't matter what's tea. Everybody's in for it for themselves here, and that's great. But it makes it rougher for people, like me, who are from, one, who are not from here, two, who don't come from wealthy families or backgrounds, three, is just automatically a minority, and that's probably the hardest part of being out here, is that not even being a minority, but being so different in the sense that like literally every day I'm outside. It doesn't matter, and I'm glad for it, I'm blessed for it, because it does make me feel good, but it's still like every day I'm outside, I'm given, I feel like an outsider, because they either clock the New York accent, they either oh, you're not from here, you look foreign. Like, I'm like, bitch, just because I don't look Mexican and I don't look I don't look like the Mexicans, I don't look the black people that live here, and I ain't white, bitch, that don't mean that I'm foreign. But then I take it anyways, so I'm like, thank you. But it's either that or the hair, it's just me being mixed, and not even mixed, but just being a different type of breed, because out here there's not many Dominicans out here, not many Puerto Ricans out here, especially the mix of Dominican, Puerto Rican, West Indian, African American, bitch, ain't not you. I've not met that at all out here. I met a mix of one person that was Dominican, Puerto Rican, one person that was I met, but I haven't, so it's like rare to find like those like certain type of breeds out here. So the fact that I'm that, along with the nails and the hair and the gay, and I'm overweight and stuff, thick, not overweight. I don't want to lose a couple pounds though, because I did gain a couple pounds since, throughout last year. So that is a down part about last year. But stress, lack of sleep, and not having a good eating schedule and things like that either. Not eating, or eating too much, I guess, and not even eating junk, because I eat healthy and I cook healthy. It's just weird, but I think it's mostly has to do with stress, and honestly the lack of sex. I feel like the better part of earlier last year, I was really sexually deprived, and I think that had a big thing to do with it, believe it or not, because I feel like when I was living in New York, I didn't lose weight, because like when I lost the weight, I literally was on bed rest because of surgery, so it wasn't like I was watching what I was eating and stuff. No, I was eating bitch normal. I mean, the only thing I was doing was drinking more water and smoking way more to like ease up the pain and the stress and anxiety of being locked in the house all day. But besides that, it's like bitch, I don't motherfucking know. So I'm like, I feel like, yeah, it's I once, when I was in New York, I was like having a lot of sex and walking everywhere and stuff, and I still walk everywhere and stuff, but I guess like all those things in total, not only that, I mean, I did lack sleep over there, but at least like I was eating right, and I wasn't lacking so much sleep. Like here, I literally would fall asleep at 2 o'clock in the morning. I open at 6:45, have to be up at 5, and I will be up at 5, probably 4, only getting 2-3 hours of sleep, and that's not normal, so I guess it's just all of those things in one, along with the stress, and just I think that's kind of why the weight came from. But anyways, yeah, I don't even know where we started talking about weight from. Girl, I'm telling y'all, I really just be talking sometimes. But I think that makes it good though, because at least I'm giving it versatility, and then I have things to talk about later if I forget to talk about them. But yeah, so I don't want to get my body back. We wasn't talking about bodies though, were we? I don't fucking remember what we were talking about. Oh, we were talking about content. Yes. Were we? I don't fucking remember what the fuck we were talking about. Anyways, yes, so it has been rough, definitely growing that platform and stuff. Oh, that's what I was saying. Being different and stuff is definitely, because even when I go into stores and stuff, like I'm always being looked at and stuff, and a lot of times people do praise it and do love it and are very into it, but a lot of times it's not like that. And a lot of times people do look at me like weird, especially if I decide to go outside in a fucking sweatsuit or a fucking black hoodie, and I'm like, okay, well, let me just go to the store real quick or whatever. They be staring the fuck out of me like if I'm finna steal, got security following me and all all that. Like, it's weird. I mean, I've had it happen to me a couple times in New York, but rare. Like, the amount of times I've had that happen to me out here, where I was just being looked at different, weird, or somebody said something weird, or, you know, just like giving off that weird energy, or following me around the store to make sure I ain't stealing. I'm like, bro, this is wild. Like, bitch, first of all, if I come in here, obviously I got, well, let me not say I got the money for it, because sometimes you just go window shopping, but even if I do come in here, it's like, bitch, I'm not fenced to steal, because either I got the money for it, or I'm just here to look. Literally, especially not being from out here and stuff. There's a lot of things I haven't seen, girl. I've only been here a year, and I don't have a car, so I don't get around like that. So it's like, and there's only but so much you could walk to, and so much you could take the bus and train to, because them bitches is walkie. So it's kind of like, for me, it's like, if I go into a store because I'm like, oh my god, this is a cute little boutique, I never seen it before, don't be fucking watching me having security on my ass, bitch. I'm just here looking, so I get to know, maybe I like the store, maybe I see something I want for somebody, maybe I just admire your fashion, bitch. Maybe I just want to tell you how nice your store is, but now I ain't gonna tell you shit because you want to have security on my ass thinking I'm motherfucking trying to take your fucking nasty ass products, bitch. Fuck you and your mother. Nah, but yeah, so I guess, it makes it definitely difficult in that aspect. I feel like when it comes to, and that's what I kind of do really appreciate this last year for, was at least from a performance aspect as a drag queen, stepping out more in drag, and kind of also getting more comfortable with being in drag. There are obviously a lot of things I have to elevate and improve on, like, finances, so I can have better looks, and learning how to tuck better, and maybe add some, obviously I want to gain some more makeup skills, but not to like change up my face, just to have different looks with different faces. But I feel like my face is pretty stunning, bitches. It's a natural face beat woman. Like, I don't do too much with the face, not too heavy eyeshadow, not too heavy cheekbones. I don't want to look like a carbon copy of everybody else, you feel me? But that's why I kind of appreciate the drag community out here, because since I started drag like that, little by little, I've seen how much of a sisterhood it is. And whether we're in drag or out of drag, like, when we see each other out, we approach each other, we're like, hey bitch, how you doing, and stuff, even if it's brief or whatever. And I kind of do appreciate that, because I feel like, I'm still making my way in this world, period. And also as a creator, and as a someone who's trying to break out into this world as an entertainer, but also like fight whatever I'm fighting. You go through the motions of obviously being in your head, and that inner saboteur, and those thoughts and all that stuff, but also like, being lonely and not having people, and not knowing, a lot of people out here, a lot of queens I know, either have the finances for it, or have rich backgrounds, or fucking work great ass jobs, don't even work, bitch, or full-time drag queens, or got sugar daddies, or fucking got a drag family, sisters, and a mother, bitch. I don't have none of that. I started in this drag community, or like, I did it just solely by myself, like based off of my knowledge of what a drag queen is, based off what I believe my drag is and stuff. I don't have a mother. I don't have a sister. I mean, now I have sisters, but like not like not like Laganja and fucking Shangela, how those are sisters, bitch, or fucking Laganja and Gia, or fucking those sisters. I don't have that, but I definitely have good in sisterhood within this year, and I definitely do appreciate it a lot, because it makes me feel like if I choose to do drag full time, or when I decide to, as I decide to do more and more drag, and elevate my drag and grow as a drag performer, like, I know that there's a community behind me, and there's sisters that support me and that live for me. And some of us may not like each other, I'm sure, and some of us, there's not one I haven't liked. There was one, I'm not gonna lie, there was one at some point that I didn't like. But, and it wasn't even a queen, it was a king. But that was just because of our first, the first time we met. Like, when I went to go say hi to them, we were just very standoffish. I understood they were getting ready, but they could at least said hi. The cunty didn't say hi. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting ready, man, I can't. I said, bitch. Excuse me, nigga. Like, I was a dumb type, bro. but not tight. I just found that so shady. But you know, after like seeing them in a couple shows and stuff and performing, and I'm not gonna say their names just because I don't need nobody listening to this and starting unnecessary drama, because ain't no drama. But you know, when we've had more gigs together and stuff, and I saw them around a lot, and then we recently had a show together or whatever, and we really clicked and bonded, and I'm like, you know what, I actually fuck with him a lot, like, you know, like his energy and stuff, like, you know, I mean, do I see myself hanging with this person outside of drag? I don't know, because a lot of people, you know, a lot of people are just, you know, party people or people out for the moment, or just aren't social people outside. I feel like there's a lot of people, especially in drag, I noticed that they are very a different person, like a whole completely different person in drag, where they're very lit and very this and very that, but out of drag they're very antisocial and very, you know, and it's kind of me. But I'm kind of the same person in drag and out of drag. The only difference I say I have in and out of drag is that out of drag, I mean in drag, I feel a little more pussy and cunty and, you know, a little more like I live more of a fantasy, but I'm still myself, bitch. I'm still loud, I'm still sexual, I'm still, you know, so I don't really change up. But for me, it's like kind of knowing that a lot of people are that aspect, so I don't really know if the people, the ones I would hang out with out of drag or whatever. But bitch, let me tell you something. Period, hands down. I forgot what the fuck I'm saying, bitch. My mind is drawing a blank. I got so many things I want to talk about, and I'm like confusion. Oh, that's what I was saying. Just period, like I just really appreciate every drag artist I've come across this year, whether it was male or female, or king or queen. You know, I appreciate the bonds I've made. I appreciate the sisterhoods I made, the ones who I keep in contact with, the ones who support me constantly, the ones I support, you know. And I do, yeah. And for those, if y'all are listening, hey girls, love y'all, shout out to y'all girls. Y'all better go to my girl shows and go tip them some dollars and stuff. I'll start name dropping all these hoes right now, but unless y'all finna cut the check or sponsor me or share this video, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't giving y'all the clout. Now let me stop. But it's just so many of them I was okay. So no, because I can't talk about that. Damn. It's hard sometimes to pick and choose, like, well, which ones to incorporate in things or whatever, because it's like, bitch, what if I say this person's name and this bitch is mad because I ain't called this bitch out, but I just was calling out bitches to call out bitches. But anyways, you know, so I'll be like that. But anyways, I do really appreciate you guys though. Like, I do appreciate the sisterhoods and the bonds I have made with a couple of you guys, honestly. You know, and I was saying, I apologize. I was saying, because I feel like, you know, I do need to be, like, I do get supported a lot by a lot of you guys, and I feel like you know, at least from my perspective, I do get in my head a lot about how things other people may perceive or think of me or whatever. Not that I care, I don't give a fuck, but I do think in the sense of, like, okay, what if they think, like, damn, this bitch is shady, we always come pop out of her gigs, but she never come pop out at ours. Well, first of all, I actually give a show. Now let me stop. But no, I just kind of, it just, you know, I be busy, and then not only that, it's like, girl, see, y'all bitches be having cars, and y'all be performing all over motherfucking California, girl, fucking, and all these fucking places. I'm like, bitch, I'm not, who, are y'all paying my Uber? Are y'all paying the Uber? But definitely this year, I'm definitely going to work on popping out more and supporting more and showing more love and being there, being more of an active sister, and also just performing more too. You know, like I said, right now, my priority is just getting my content up and rolling back up again right now for this month, and you know, making bread this month. So that way things can go into fruition, because I do have, you know, whatever, and also, you know, so I can put money into my drag, you know, like that's one of my big things for this month, is really just racking up bread so I can go shopping and fucking have some lit looks and some sickening looks. I want to be bedazzled, bejeweled, bitch. I need some new heels, some wigs, you know, like I want that. So, but my goal ultimately for this year is definitely to be more out there in drag, and to fucking snatch some motherfucking crowns. Cause let me tell you something, no tea, no shade to a lot of these competitions out here in California. Now, I don't know if all these drag gigs are like this throughout Los Angeles, not New York, the United States, but in Los Angeles, bitch, out here they do a lot of crowd voted things, which is fine, but it kind of gets me mad because sometimes it's like, okay, y'all be having these crowd voted things, and then one person comes with 20 people, and this other person comes with 3 people, and the one that comes with 3 people is more sickening than the bitch that came with 20 people, but the one with 20 people won, but just because she has more people. Meanwhile, that bitch didn't do a lick and didn't know not one lyric from one of her songs. And no tea, no shade. Sidebar, that is something I noticed a lot about Los Angeles queens, different from like New York queens or things like that. See, like a lot, like there's different queens in different scenes, but I feel like out here they don't focus so much on the lip syncing. They focus more out here in California. I feel like they focus more on the look. You know, like you could be a sickening ass performer, bitch, but they don't give a fuck if you don't got the look right. You know, or whatever. And not only that, but obviously they don't care about the lip syncing because there's a lot of. I've seen so many queens out here win competitions, make top 2s, top 3s, winning this money and stuff, and they not know not one word from the motherfucking song. And my thing is, bitch, y'all get the choice to choose these songs. You bitches is telling me y'all are picking songs y'all don't know the words for, bitch. If you don't know the words, don't do the song. God damn it, that shit pisses me off. And you know what else pisses me off too? And not that it's shady, but I do kind of feel like DJs out here, like people out here, need to kind of start listening to the mix. Because already, I think 3 or 4 times since I've been out here, I've performed the same song as another queen, bitch. So I had back in Rocco's, when I had a little competition or whatever, I ended up doing Super Freaky Girl. Right? Killed it, bodied it, bitch. I knew every word, no tea, no shade. The other queen that did the song did Super Freaky Girl like 2 acts after me. I said, bitch, I heard the song playing. I said, oh, hell fucking no. Came in to watch the performance just to see, you know, nothing, no shade, but I just wanted to know what was tea. I was like, okay, bitch, because if she ate it up more than me, then at this point, she ate me. Let's say I'm going home. And she was eating it up. The bitch ain't know the words. I said, clocked, right? So, that happened once. Then it happened when I was at... Where did it happen? Fuck. Oh, it happened to me at Hamburger Mary's with the host. Actually, she did 100% Pure Love, bitch. And in my number for the competition, I did 100% Pure Love too, bitch. I said, bitch, no. When I saw her do her number, I said, and she the host. This is about to be shady boots. I'm just gonna have to murder her. And I did the damn thing until I did this one move that when I practiced it, because see, this is the problem. I be practicing for no reason, because what I practice I don't do on stage. I always freestyle, but this move I really wanted to do. So when I practiced it looked real sickening. When I did it on stage, I looked like a fucking I look like a fucking 10-year-old at a fucking birthday party that didn't know how to fucking dance. And bitch, by a 10-year-old white boy named Ben, and he's a ginger. But yeah, and it was not it, but I did eat that number up. And then recently at fucking Performance and Stash at the Battle Babies competition, girl, why the fuck we both did. And the worst part was that we were back to back. He was 1, I was 2. Bitch, we both did Scream. And I said, oh my god. When mine Scream started, everybody, I literally heard people scream, gag, say, oh my god, bitch. I was like, oh my god, this is about to be so shady. But I ate it the fuck up. And I mean, I didn't see his performance, so I can't say if he ate it up or not. But I mean, obviously he ate up. He won the fucking competition. Congratulations, bitch. No. But yes, congrats. Period. But first of all, I'm definitely coming back. Hold on. Oh, we gotta take a break. So let's take this quick break before we get back into what the fuck I was about to say, because the laptop's on 1%. I gotta get the charge. Okay, I'll be back. Okay. Listen to this a little snippet of the QOD podcast and some commercial of something. Okay, bye. Welcome back. Nah, back. You're supposed to have like harmonies in the background, but that didn't happen. Anyway, so. Yes, before we left, we were talking about queens on the scene. So, yes, so, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so I've had a couple competitions this year, really good ones, a couple fierce battles as well. I've had a couple lip sync battles this year, which, honestly, to me, they're fucking sickening. I live for a good lip sync battle, especially when I'm battling a bitch. Listen, they don't call her slay her for no reason. I'm undefeated in battle. Okay, well, if we giving real tea, I did get beat one time, but if we giving real tea, she only won because she had 20 people there. and I only had two, literally two. So, but had that not been the case, I would have spanked her. But if we, we'll still count that. But in the sense of realism, I'm undefeated. So, now let me stop. I am though. And yeah. So for me, what was I saying? I've had a couple competitions. They've been really good and stuff. And honestly, I just live for good competition. I live for fierce competition. I live for good, friendly competition, especially with drag queens, because I feel like when with drag queens, it's like, you come into the background, you already know, bitch, it's time that y'all come back and we gonna have a good kiki. We all here to be sisters and stuff, but bitch, this ain't RuPaul's best friends race, bitch. I'm finna throw some shade on purpose, not to make it like shady, but just to make it fun. I feel like that's what makes it fun in the background, when everybody's just kikiing and throwing friendly shade, just having a good time. Like, I feel like that's what it's about. It's about having a good time. And we are drag queens at the end of the day, bitch. So we gotta play the part, bitch. I'm finna throw some shit and be like, girl, that's what you're wearing, man. Oh, I'm getting dressed. Yeah, I just finished changing. You changing? You're not. This is what you're going on stage with, girl. Like, very that. But I feel like, and that's why I love it, and that's why I really do appreciate it, because it's been just very wholesome for the most part. There's been a couple queens who have came off catty at first or whatever, but for the most part, everybody has gotten along in the long term, and I haven't had no issues with no queens. So, and I don't think they want no issues with me. No, let me stop. But yeah, I just really do love it. I really do love it and appreciate being a part of the that community. And I can't wait to see what's tea with this year. I do plan, like I said, on snatching crowns this year, elevating my shit the fuck up, and period. And now there is the Battle Babies competition phase 2 just started, and I thought they were gonna wait a little bit, at least give us a little bit of breathing space. No, because it's only been 2 weeks since the last one, and we got open invitations for season 2. But I'm like, girl, do I want to be? I mean, I do want to be a part of it, but it's like, I want to elevate a little bit. I want to come back and win. I'm not gonna come back and do anything else. First of all, I made top 4, 5, 6. I made top 6, right? Yeah, I made top 6. So top 5. But I made top 6, and for me, it's like, okay, I made top 6. I come back to this competition, bitch. I'm not taking anything other than top 2. Like, I want the money. Don't get me wrong. I want the 5,000. Wow, bitch. I'm winning, but if I go home anything other than top 2, it'll fuck with me. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna see. I don't know how long it is gonna last. I'm gonna ask around, see if it's gonna be 8 weeks again. If it's 8 weeks, I'll skip out on this one. If it's gonna last longer, I might take part in this one, solely because I'm like, bitch, I know I could win. I know I got what it takes to win. All I got is, I see the girls love gags and looks. That's what they want, bitch. I got the performance. Listen. Once the looks are elevated and the everything is more organized and put together, bitch, I'm finna to be undefeated. And that was something that the host of the show and Manila told me themselves too, was that I am a fierce queen. And Manila saw, yes, globally known queen. But yeah, so it felt very good just hearing that confirmation, like even though I knew it, and it's like, but it's like, even though when your true potential and what you're capable of and stuff, it's always good to feel validated and hear somebody else say it, especially people who are known and who have made it, in whatever case, maybe they, some people may not feel like they made it and stuff, but at the end of the day, I feel like, to me, those people made it, Tony and Manila. So it's like, for me, hearing those things from both of them, like, you gonna be undefeated, bitch. You gonna be that bitch one day. All you have to do is elevate a little bit, bitch. Just focus on getting the bag together and getting them looks together and stuff, and you gonna be that bitch. And I totally agreed. You feel me? So that's where my head is at. Just really winning crowns this year and doing that stuff and fucking killing it this year. And just that, and especially when it comes to my content like YouTube and stuff, definitely I want to grow that out too a lot. I do want to see this year how I can incorporate more of both together. Maybe incorporating more of Jade into my YouTube and doing a little something with that. Maybe incorporating my YouTube a little more into my shows and stuff, and like having like like vlogging the shows when I have them and stuff, you know, because I don't see myself doing, that's the thing about me, as of right now I don't see myself doing drag full time, in the sense that I don't see myself doing it 5 days a week, or quitting, or like quitting my job and not working jobs, just living off of a drag income. And I do that if I was getting paid for bookings, but because I'm not up to that status yet, I'm not getting paid for bookings, I'm just getting tips and possibly winning the money if it's a competition, but that's possibly, you know. So it's like the amount of money I'm putting in, I'm not getting nowhere near that money back. I'm getting good money back, but I'm not getting nowhere near that money back of money that I'm putting in. So it's kind of like you know, for right now, especially knowing that I have my foot in so many different, my hand in so many different pots, and there's so many other things I'm working on right now, I don't see myself being the same way. I don't see myself full time just doing YouTube 7 days a week, you know, just only because I have so many different things I'm trying to do right now. My goal right now, as of this year, is just not finding a way how to incorporate them, because I know how to incorporate them, you know, and I know what I need to do to incorporate them. It's more so this year doing what I need to do to incorporate them and mixing them all together, so that they can all in the long run, like benefit and all grow, you know, because I want to grow as a drag performer just as much as I want to grow as a content creator, just as much as I want to grow as a artist, and I want to grow as a fashion designer. You know, in all senses, you know, I want it to all be connected, and I want that recognition in all way. I love it when I go out and I hear, oh my god, you're Jade, yes, you know, when I'm in WeHo and stuff and see some people, maybe they saw a show and stuff, I'm like, oh my god, you're Jade, yes, I love you so much, or you're great, or I can't wait to see your next show, you killed, da da da, you know, hearing those things are great and stuff. But then you know, I want that in all aspects. I want that also to be with my YouTube, you know. I've had it one or twice where I've had people be like outside in the streets be like, oh my god, I've seen you, love it, stuff. But then I'm obviously on through messages and stuff different, but I still want that same effect in all aspects, you know. I want people, I want the same amount of people who are seeing me on Instagram to see me in person doing drag, and the same amount of people that see me in person doing in drag, seeing me on Instagram and YouTube doing all my content and stuff. You know, I really want them all to benefit. I don't want just to highlight one, because then I feel like that's when you see, I mean, once I find my flow, you know, you find what works best for you. But my thing is, I don't want to be put in the position where I'm like, okay, well, nothing's working for me right now, but this one thing is working for me the best. Let me put all my eggs in this basket. Let me put it all into this and only do this, you know, which would be great. But it's like, that's ultimately not what I want, so I'm not gonna sit there and do that. So that's just really my goal this year, is to just really like incorporate everything. And really this year is like, I really want to get over, I think that's a lot of the things that was holding me back last year was procrastination. But not only procrastination, just to procrastinate. I feel like, and I have you know, spoken with the doctor and stuff, and I'm gonna get checked out and stuff. It's just something in me that just feels like there's always something holding me back in my head. Like there's a blockage there. And I think I feel like I've spoken about this a little bit before, but I just feel like there's always just something holding me back. And I don't feel like it's, I don't know if it's like, I don't feel like it's energy, because I protect my energy really well. But it's like, I don't know what it is, you know. I don't know if it's a universal thing. I don't know if it's there. Obviously there's no signs that, you know, there's not signs telling me I shouldn't do these things, you know. There's signs telling me I should push through, because, you know, my knee's been fucked up since October, but, you know, the signs are, bitch, keep doing what you got to do until you get the surgery, until you figure that out. Because, bitch, look, you were able to make it to finals of a big competition and stuff, you know. So obviously, you know, you can perform a little bit, don't outwork yourself, but you can do it, you know, things like that. So it's like, you know, for me, it's like, I don't feel like the universe is telling me not to do certain things. I just feel like it's kind of just like, what the fuck was I talking about? So I don't feel like it's a universal thing or a spirit thing. I feel like it's more just, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it could be something wrong with my head, maybe like a part of the brain that's not working, or I don't know, because I feel like there's a lot of times where I have so many things I need to do, or so many things I know I need to do, or things I really want to do and have so much desire to do and just really want to, and for some reason I just can't do it, or I can't think of it, or I can't get those things out. Like I've been working on something, I'm not going to say what, but I've been working on something for a while now, and, you know, I feel like, you know, I mean, now I'm really pushing and gun-ho on really doing, like, rolling it out how I want to roll it out, this time around. So I don't care come hell or high water what I gotta do to get out of that mind space. But I feel like it's I've kept having to push it back, or kept having to wait on it, and kept having to, because I'm like, okay, well, it's really good so far, but it's not where it needs to be. And when I'm trying to get it to where it needs to be, or where just I know what it needs, I know what it should have, and but for some reason it won't come out. I can't get it out. I can't put it down. So it's like, I don't know if it's something internally, I don't know what it is. So get that figured out and stuff. But this year I definitely just want to work on just really just being the best me, in the sense that I feel like I have been here for a year, yes, and I feel like I obviously have proven myself I can handle anything. I can handle the worst of the worst, I can handle the best of the best, I can handle really shitty situations and non-shitty situations. I'm capable. But my thing is now this year is it's overcoming just being capable and being able, but being more than able. Like, I want to be able this year to be like, okay, well, when this year ends, I want to be able to be like, okay, well, you know what, I said, like, looking at my vision board right now, because it's the lock screen on my thing. It's like, I said I'm gonna do this. I said I'm gonna have a better sleeping schedule. I said I'm gonna make more money. I said I'm gonna get a car. I said I'm gonna work out more and get my body right. Those are just like the small things. I don't want to say the big things or whatever, but for me, it's like, me saying those things, I want the year to end and be like, okay, bitch, well, look, I got my car. I got my car, bitch. I'm falling asleep at a decent time, bitch. Waking up early as fuck, getting my shit done early, going to sleep at a good time. And if I'm not sleeping, I'm doing really productive things. My body is good now. I'm back to the body way I wanted to be. I'm worrying less. I'm living more. Like, for me, like that's how I want to end the year, because I feel like the way I ended, like, more of a clear cut, like, I feel like when I moved, I knew what I moved for and what I wanted to accomplish moving out here. The problem was me coming out here and not really knowing what it took, not really knowing what it was like, because I don't know nobody out here. I don't know, how expensive things were going to be, how rough things were going to be. I didn't know, I had to accustom to the lifestyle. But now, kind of knowing what I need to do to be successful, not only out here, but be successful, period. It's like, now I could take the right precautions to do those. I could take the right steps to do those things to make sure I'm in the right path. Now, my thing is, am I able to push through whatever is holding me back? Of course I am. I know I know I am. But it's like, it's all a matter of how, when, and what I'm willing to do that. So it's it is rough, definitely, and and it's something, like I always say, people, especially if it is, whether it is mental illness or just it is people or beings or energy, it's like, you have to do what you have to do. You have to know you're willing to do it. You have to know you're able to do it. Like, I know what I'm able and capable of doing. And I feel like as I live and I continue to grow and go through things, I see how much more I can handle and how much more I can accomplish and do, and see my potential in things. So it's just, but it does become hard, because it's like, there's so many things I want to get done and stuff, but it's like, I don't have the right, I don't have the right resources, or, but at the end of that, those all come. So that was kind of my point of this year, kind of doing a vision board, because I feel like doing the vision board really was me being able to kind of, obviously, like, still keep things very, like, okay, bitch, open, like, for anything, changes, and if, something big happens or whatever the case may be, obviously, but kind of narrow down what I mainly want to focus on accomplishing this year. And it's a lot. It's a hell of a lot on the list. But it's still like, just being able to kind of say, okay, well, this is what needs to be done for this year, because I feel like, I can get everything done and stuff. I just didn't really have a format of how I wanted to get things done last year. I kind of was making things up as I went. And, obviously, I'm not one of those people, like I said, I there's a lot of people who do, like, yearly planners. I can't do that, because, like, unless it's, like, things that are serious dates, like, I know a wedding this day, a fucking funeral this day, fucking graduation this day, things like that, different. But if it's things like, okay, I'm doing this day, I'm going to get this day, I can't do that, because for me, it's like, things, you never know. What if the thing I want to get this day, I got the money for now? I could get it now. Or what if I got the money for 2 months after that? I gotta get it after that, you know? So I don't like to do that, but I did feel like I just kind of had to have some type of structure going into this year to kind of know, prioritize, and kind of like manifest, and also hone in on what I know I need to accomplish this year. So it's kind of like pushing me, but also kind of just letting me know, bitch, you know, this is what needs to be done. So even if you feel like, you know, because there's a lot of times where I feel like, you know, especially being locked in the house, you know, like on days like it's been pouring since I got back from New York and stuff, out here and stuff. So, you know, like days like today, it's really nasty outside. You know, like right now it stopped raining for a little bit, but I think it's gonna pick back up in like an hour. But it started raining while I was outside earlier and stuff. So it's kind of okay. I don't have a car, so you know, and the rain here is really bad and stuff or whatever. And when it rains here, things are like it's weird out here. It's not like New York where it rains, you just grab an umbrella, bitch, you go. Out here it rains, it's like everything changes for everybody everywhere. Stores are closed, people ain't going to work, ain't nobody outside, you know, so buses and trains ain't never coming. So for me it's like what the fuck was I saying? You see, that's another thing. I need to work on my month. I need to start taking my brain pills, bitch, to start remembering what the fuck I be saying, because I really do be forgetting sometimes. Like for real. I don't. It's not even be joking. I really do be forgetting. But yeah. So it's like days like today when I'm not doing, when I, you know, I did whatever I had to do outside, and inside it's like, now it's just like I have a lot of things to do, and obviously I'm recording a podcast right now. I'm about to edit and post it, and then, you know, I go on to whatever else I have to do. But it's still like, for me, it's like I always get in that mindset of, okay, this is not enough, you know, this is not enough, I'm not doing enough, I'm not accomplishing anything, I'm not doing anything. And I hate having that mindset. I really do hate when I have that mindset, because I feel like I don't give myself enough credit for what I have accomplished so far, you know, despite everything. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to be one of those people who just sit and be like, okay, well, I did this today, or I did this for this big thing this year, so I'm done. No, that's not what the fuck, you know. I feel like, no, I have to stress myself out. You know, I don't like to do it, but I think I have to stress myself out, because I have to be able to recognize and push myself, and also like I said, recognize like where I need to grow, what I need to work on. Bitch, you said you need to do this. Why are you not doing this? You don't have a problem doing this without a problem, but you have a problem doing this. So maybe it's something, you know, maybe that's just a sign or something to, you know, things like that. I just, you know, that's why I kind of just really want to just work on this year, just really just fighting all that stuff, and fighting all the, you know, all the what ifs, and the, you know, I want to go back to taking risks. I want to go back to being really productive, and feeling good about what I'm doing, and not feeling like, you know, not being, because I get overwhelmed over stress. I don't want to be overstressed with the thought of not doing too much. This year I want to be doing more than just enough. I want to do all of it, bitch, but I want to be able to do it and live in the moment, and be like, okay, bitch, well, you just did this today, you know, and this was a huge thing. You just finished. Let's say I just won a competition. If I just won a competition, why am I gonna get home and instantly start fucking fucking stressing myself out on what the fuck I'm gonna do tomorrow, and why am I gonna get home, start recording and this and that? Now, if I have time, yeah, but if I get home super tired and I just won and I'm on a high, bitch, live in the moment, relax, don't stress yourself out about why you can't do this, why you're not doing this, why you're not doing that, bitch. Just live in the moment. You just killed it. Look at the videos back, chill, drink a little, smoke a little, you know. And that's another thing I'm cutting back onto this year, is drinking and smoking. The drinking more so just because I guess the weight, I don't know if that had anything to do playing into my weight gain. I don't really think so, because it's not like I get drunk and start eating, but I do think the amount of consumption I did last year, with like just getting at least the beginning, not the beginning, but the better half of the first part of the year, just really drinking almost every day, and I think that was not obviously not addicted or whatever. I could go without it, I just chose not to. I think that played into the weight gain, because, you know, alcohol is not good for you to do every day. Nothing's good to do every day. Also just want to cut back on smoking, and not cut back on smoking because I feel like it holds me back. I just want to cut back on smoking just because I do feel like it does sometimes, you know, not fuck with my mood, but sometimes I feel like, you know, if I'm tired as fuck and I've been busy as fucking stuff all day, I smoke that one blunt, bitch, I'm dozing off, you know. And not only that, I just feel like I kind of need to kind of start treating it as a privilege and less as of a, okay, let me just smoke every hour. One, because that's an extra bill. Two, that's just a waste, you know. I kind of wanna be like, okay, well, you know, if I smoke right now, all right, but you have this to get done on the agenda. Let's at least do this and this. Then you could smoke, like right now, I smoked like at 11 something. I'm doing the podcast is 1 something right now. I'm not gonna smoke till after I edit and post and do some yoga, because I'm like, okay, bitch, after I do those things, then I barely have anything left on the agenda for today, bitch. All I gotta do is I could smoke a little bit, I could sit back, chill, watch some TV, or I kind of just want to. That's the biggest thing of this year is just self-care, and really honing in and kind of finding my niches and how to kind of escape and kind of get myself to the point where I can be at ease and not be so anxious and not be so worried and not be so concerned and not be so thinky and not be so stressed out, and do what the fuck needs to be done. And that's period, yeah. So, and also, this year I also do, bitch, honestly, this year, and the girl, I'm telling you this, boys, if you're listening and you're single, hey, how you doing? Let me tell you something. This year, I definitely want that as well. Not a boyfriend. I kind of, what? No, I'm tired of seeing the same shit. I do want a boyfriend this year. Yeah, I do. And I say that just because, I have gotten, I feel like, granted, I'm only about to be 22, but like I said, I've started everything pretty young, and been in the game for a while now. So, I kind of just want to break from, just having the sexual urges and giving, just being around certain energies when it comes to guys. I kind of this year just want to really just find my person, my people in general. This year with friends as well, I want to find my people, my person, my people. I want to find this year. This year my goal is to just start forming my tribe and stuff. I feel like there's a couple people I'm cool with and stuff, and a couple people I see myself being cool with forever, and not forever obviously, but for a while. And there's a couple people I see myself only being cool with for right now, and stuff. I want this year to be like, whatever connections I make and stuff, I want them to be valuable. I want them to actually mean something. I want to be able to really form a strong connections with people and bonds, and hopefully gain start building a friend group and stuff, like a really solid friend group where we're all friends, all keke and stuff. I really want to build a relationship with someone, and grow with someone and learn from someone and stuff, and just have my people, because I feel like a lot of the times, when things do get stressful and I'm doing all this stuff, I'm busy, or when I want to go out, I don't want to be, sometimes you hit up the same people and call out the same people because they'll be down, or they're always into it and stuff. But it's like, I really want the people where I'm like, okay, these people I really just want to be around. Not even because I just want to get drunk, or not even because of this, not because of that, not because I just want to be around these people because I just really want to be around them. I want to be around this person because I really want to be around them or her or whatever, her in the sense that like if it's a best friend, obviously not boyfriend because we're strictly dickly, but I really kind of want that this year, because I feel like especially being out here, and not only that, I just feel like throughout the years I feel like I've kind of isolated myself, and not only isolated myself but have been put in situations that I had no choice but to isolate myself. I feel like a lot of the times I keep coming across the same people, and not only that, but I come across people that just don't have the same mentality as me, which obviously that's hard to find. You're not gonna find people who all think like you, but I mean, like, even now, like, there's people I'm cool with that it's like, I'm cool with them, but it's like they say things that are like a very superficial, or they want to fit the mold, or they are just always want to do this or always want to do that, and I'm just like, why? Like, why? Like, why do we always have to go out? Why do we always have to drink? Why do we always have to smoke? Why do we always have to do this, do that? Like, why can't we be productive? Why can't we actually have real conversation and deep conversation? Why does things seem so fabricated? Why does things you say seem so fake? Like, just in general. And I feel like that's, not because I definitely watch who I have energy wise, who I have around me. So people I have around me don't have bad energy and don't have bad vibes, and I see things in them and stuff. But it's just kind of like, you know, it's not, I get irritated being around people sometimes, and you know, obviously I feel like that'll always be me, but I kind of just want to open up and not open up, but I kind of just want to be vulnerable and feel comfortable around people, feel comfortable enough around people to get drunk. Like shit, man. Like I like literally when I got back to when I went back to New York to visit, I saw a couple friends and stuff, not friends, acquaintances, and like two friends, but we all linked up or whatever, and just that night, like, I mean, I drank or whatever. I didn't get super sloppy drunk because I did have to catch a flight then, or not, no, I didn't have to catch a flight the next day. The next day was Christmas, so, or Christmas Eve, so I was like, okay, let me take it easy because I have mad shit to do tomorrow. So I did get drunk, but not super drunk, but I still got drunk, you know, drunker than I do get here, and it was just letting loose, having fun, having a good time. But that was because at least the people I was with, you know, I feel vulnerable enough to do that, you know, and you know, and maybe it's because I know them for a while and I have different relationships with some of them, and some of them I'm really close with, or whatever, was really close with, so I trust them, or whatever the case may be, in the sense that like I trust them to get me home, or trust if I get super drunk they stop me, or whatever the case may be, you know. Out here it's just like I don't have that, and you know, I have people I can get drunk with and stuff, but I don't have people I can get super drunk because they don't know how to handle the alcohol, or they don't know how to act, or they don't know, you know, or you know. And for me, it's like, you know, everybody should live their best life. I want everybody to live their best life, bitch. But some people just so I just, this year is, I really do just want to do that, you know, for protect my energy, make good money, focus on growing my career, and like really like growing it, not networking and meeting people and going a little by little. Bitch, this year is going to be the year people will talk about me. People are going to know my name. People are going to see me. My followers are going to go up. I'm going to make money. I'm going to be that bitch, you know. And there goes on with manifestation. I've told you about manifestation before, bitch. I gotta manifest these things, you know. And I'm manifesting all these things, but I also don't manifest them because it's things that I wish for, things I want. These are things, one, I want, yes, but I know it's coming my way. I know I deserve it. I know these things are for me because I put in the stress and the time, and I'm putting in the time and the stress still, and I'm going to put in even more time this year and even more stress, and you know, until I get to where I want to go, you know. And that's that. I feel like everyone needs to do that, you know. And I'm really tired of just sex, child. Like honestly, like sex is fun, but like I want to have sex this year and like cuddle with somebody after, but not like a 2-second cuddle or cuddle for them to get horny and fuck again, bitch. I mean, that's fine too, but I want to, like, I just want a genuine connection. And what sucks is I met a couple people last year that I thought, okay, well, these people are dope, genuine people, you know, whether it was like talking wise or friendship wise. And of course, things, you know, those people are no longer there. Bye. But it sucks because it's like, you know, you get into that point where, you know, sometimes you're like, okay, maybe I should try, maybe I should give it a shot, and then it's like they prove you wrong. But it's like this year I'm aware of that. I know people ain't shit. I know people can't be trusted. I know things like that, but not everybody. I know there's a small percent of people who are shit, who can be trusted, who are good, all this stuff. So, you know, this year is about me being able to navigate that and being able to still have boundaries, but not block myself off from possible blessings or people who could mean something or be something in my life, and or I could even learn from, you know. And yeah, so that's really my thing. But girl, yeah, period. It's a new motherfucking year, bitch. I'm excited for this year, period. This year's the year of the 7. So, you know, 777 are great numbers. It's like a luck or something, or whatever the case may be. So, girl, amen. From my mouth to God's ears, amen, bitch. But yeah, so I don't really know, bitch. I just wanted to come up in here to have a little recap of 2022, because like I said, there's a couple obviously we're back. So you know, there's things I want to talk about and stuff, but I feel like those things like are like like topics. Yeah. But first of all, how do y'all spend your New Year's before we end up? Because I feel like, matter of fact, I feel like we could. How long have we been on for? 112. This is pretty good. No, we could go a couple more minutes. Okay, so my New Year's was pretty good though. well, lying. My New Year's was kind of shitty. I mean, it was good because obviously it was New Year's and I didn't let nothing blow my vibe, but it was just kind of irritating because I went out with my friend and his friend, and Miss Girl lost her ID. Luckily, she found it, but after an hour and a half of looking and searching, or 2 hours or something, girl, she finally found the girl. And I was like, you know what? And everybody was just pissing me off because I'm like, bro, like, and then what got me even more mad was my friend. He kept like going. Kept being the first one to go in the club, and then I'm behind them, and I'm going in after, and at that point they're already telling her she can't go in with a picture of her ID. I'm like, bitch, y'all getting me mad. No, you gotta go in last with your friend. I go in first, because if I go in before y'all, I get in, I go straight to the back. I can't see y'all, hear y'all nothing. Music loud, I see people, I see niggas, I'm dancing, having a good time. Girl, so if y'all can't get in, oh, too bad. I ain't see you, I ain't hear you. I'll see you when I see you, more when I think about you. You know, no, that didn't work. I mean, it worked a couple times, but then it worked very briefly. So I'm like, fuck. But luckily, she ended up finding it anyway. So we ended up staying out, having a good time. The girls were fighting that night, bitch. The girls were fighting. I want to tell you, I saw 4 fights, bitch. 4 fights, and 3 out of the 4 were juicy as fuck. One of them was whack, but the other 3 out of the 4, bitch. First of all, 2 of them, one of them, I was coming out the club, right? Cause I went inside a club. When I went inside the first time, there was this man looking at me. I said, "Okay, he's tired. Yeah, it's a tuxedo, and I got his little dress on. We look over cute. Let's take a picture." Right? So I'm like, "Okay, what's this guy?" And but I didn't say nothing. So I said, "Okay." I went inside, danced a little bit, kiki. Then I came back out because my people was outside, and I was like, "Okay, I can't go in without y'all, whatever." Da da da. And then that was before she found the ID. Then she finally found the ID. We go back, girl. We go back, right? So we go into the club. Wait on the line, we get in, right? We get in, Mr. Sir, he right here by the door, like a couple steps like in the first table. He see me and I'm trying to squeeze through the crowd, because, bitch, I love Trunks, but Trunks is always a hassle to get in and out of, bitch, because it's so small and niggas don't know how to move. I'm like, bitch, if y'all sit and sit, if y'all stand on one side in the bar, if y'all sit and sit by the tables and stand next to the tables, why y'all standing in the middle? If y'all want to stand, go to the dance floor, bitch. Y'all making blockage, and the security don't stand there, nobody's moving nobody, so it's like it's hard to breathe in there. I be dying, suffocating. So I'm making my way downtown, walking fat now. So I'm making my way through the crowd, and he right here, he looking at me, he's smiling, I'm smiling, he dancing a little two-step, I'm dancing a little two-step, and he started dancing, and like he's doing this move, I'm doing this move or whatever, and then we off beat. I'm like, okay, so we off beat? No, ma'am. And he was like, oh, we could be on the same beat though. I said, I already understand. So I touch a little short or whatever. I said, you stupid. Okay, and I walk to the back. I'm thinking, okay, maybe this man gonna follow me or whatever. You know, I'm playing a little hard again, but you know, I forget where I'm at. I forget that I'm in Los Angeles. And out here, the boys, you can't do that. If they show an interest, you gotta shoot the shot, because if not, then you gonna lose them, right? So I'm like, okay, go to the back. All right, go to the back, dance there for whatever, for however long. I peeped the club about to start closing, so I'm like, okay, bitch. I told the girl, Miss Girl, my friend's friend, because he over here dancing in the middle of the thing, forgetting he with people, whatever, just dancing a fucking fool. And then she over here, I'm like, girl, make sure you know, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go see if I find this man, whatever. Go to the front, walked out, whatever. Now I don't see him. I'm like, okay, what the fuck? This man is gone. I walk to the front. The girls are fighting, bitch. I walk to the front, and you see the security pushing everybody who's trying to get out back in. They're like, no, stay right there. I said, bitch, what the fuck is going on? Then you see a brawl right outside. Everybody fighting, screaming. Bitch, you got some fucking big nigga knocking over the fucking fire lantern because the security pushed him into it, and they knocked over the goddamn fire lantern. The fire went out though. I don't know how, bitch. I'm glad nobody died or burned, right? And then there's a skinny boy. I don't know if they fighting each other or he trying to run around something. They jump in there. Like, it was wild. The cops got there, literally. When the cops got there, they literally got there and drove right by. They said, wee, and then nothing was happening, because like, I guess the crowd had it all apart. They thought it was nothing. They just kept driving. I said, bitch, what the fuck? Ain't you supposed to do your job? Anyways, the girls was fighting, right? So, and that was a good ass fight. I mean, I didn't really see much hands, but it was a brawl, and it was just so entertaining and fun. I was like, oh my god, that's so much fun. So I go outside after that to smoke, because I'm like, we're close, about to close. No point in going back in. Might as well wait for them to come out. I see Mr. Sir come out, right? And I'm like, okay, he's coming out. Oh my god, let me see. What I say? Okay, comes. So he comes, right? And then he's walking out with this big bitch, and I'm like, okay. Then I see another big bitch behind, and then it wasn't even like, you know, them just walking like friends. He was holding his coat. He was like, come on, like, he was like, come on. Like, the way he told him, it was giving, you know, when y'all know when y'all leave a club with somebody and they taking you home, and they're like, come on, you know, it was giving that. And I was like, hold on. Now hold on. So you, even if you was trying to fuck with me, nigga, you got a big bitch fetish. I said, oh hell no, no ma'am, I'm not talking to this man. I'm not talking to this man. He kept looking at me the whole time. I'm like, sir, what? I would have went over there and talked to you had you not been with Mr. Bigums over here. Because if Miss Pillsbury say something to me, I'm gonna kick her in her rolls and roll her down the street, and everybody gonna be mad, and there's gonna be another fight, and you don't want that because I'm gonna beat your ass for making me fight over you, and I don't fight over niggas, so ain't no making me. You feel me? So I was like, you know what? No, he could just stand over there. Then I see some other cute boy next to me, but he was straight, and it kind of pissed me off, but it's okay. But yeah, so then we walk in, right? After that, whatever, I didn't get Mr. Homeboy's number. We walking, we crossing the street, girl. Why these two fags is fighting? I gotta stop saying fags because the gays are gonna attack me for saying it so much. But you know what? Listen, I can say what the fuck I want. I listen, and this is another thing about going into New Year. I'm still unapologetically myself and don't give a fuck what nobody says. So anything I said in this podcast, had you feel offended, if you feel like I said something wild, if you said I said something shady, listen, I literally. Anything I said anything I be saying, I don't be saying out of malice unless I'm angry, and I'm not angry, girl. I'm in a great mood. But I don't say anything out of malice or to be malicious or nasty or whatever. People, I'm just talking to talk, girl. I'm having a conversation as if I was talking to my diary. This is, like I said, y'all, my diary. You have the choice to listen or not listening. If you still not here at this point, you was listening. So thank you, diary. Anyways, so yeah, so they fighting, and this homeboy trying to get into an Uber, and then he's beating his ass, like literally from the moment I saw the fight. Then he was beating his ass from out of Rocco's into the motherfucker Uber. He was going into Uber. He was boop beep boop bop boop beep boop bop boop beep bop boop beep boop bop boop boop bop boop. Y'all remember that boop beep bop 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 boop bop? But yeah, he beat his ass. I said. So it was wild, girl. It was a wild time. But overall, it was better than fucking last year's New Year's because bitch, last year we went into New Year's with fucking cops knocking on the door looking for somebody and whatnot or whatever. Oh fuck, I hate when people call me when I'm recording a podcast, bitch. I hate when people do that because this probably stopped. No, it didn't. T. How you doing? But yeah, Miss Girl, thank God that didn't stop it. I would have got Dante. But anyways, yeah, so it was better than last year because bitch, we had cops knocking on the door because we had Miss Girl fucking schizophrenia outside, fucking waving guns and telling people she gonna shoot them and trying to ask niggas to kiss her and force them to kiss her, and the cops was over here circling her and she got out of it, and then the cops chased her, high speed chase. We on the news, bitch. It's literally 10 minutes before the clock strike 12. We got the neighbors that we supposed to be partnering with acting like fucking weirdos, bitch. It was a wild way. This year wasn't as wild. It was more calm and better. But however, calm still wasn't how I wanted to ring in the New Year. So this New Year, bitch, I'm throwing me a New Year's party. I was finna throw one this year, but since I moved really soon and then I came back like 2 days before the New Year, I said, you know what, we're not gonna do that this year. But next year, I'm throwing a fucking New Year's extravaganza, bitch. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but it's going down in for the New Year this year. All the parties this year. I'm finna throw a Halloween party, girl. And I'm finna charge your girls too, bitch. Cause if I'm finna be having drinks and snacks and wasting my money pockets, if y'all bitches ain't bringing nothing, y'all gonna have to make some money, bitch. Y'all gonna have to pay to get in. Cause what the fuck, I don't give a fuck. Anyways, but yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this podcast, bitch. Like I said, it was a little 2022 recap. I don't know if I recapped. I'm pretty sure there's things I wanted to talk about that I didn't talk about, and things that I didn't want to talk about that I talked about anyways. But that's just me. We know that's me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, stay tuned. Go show love on the QOD podcast with me and my bitch Ashley. We talk about hot topics and all and good topics, and we talk about everything over there, girl. So go keke over there. Tune into that, and make sure y'all tune into this weekly every Wednesday, bitch, because we are back and under effect. Hope you guys enjoyed this 2022 recap, and next week we will be talking about death in 2023. Nah, I'm playing. No, let's not do that. Oh, that's actually really dark. Why didn't I even joke about that? Oh my god. Anyways, I love you guys. Yeah, see you guys in the next one. Like I always say, HBIC signing the fuck out. I know that sounded really loud, but I did that on purpose, so don't think it was the mic. See, because I noticed when I recorded the QOD podcast, the beginning episode, the audio was off on both of us. My shit was too loud, her shit was too low. But I know what the fuck I'm doing with a microphone, so that was definitely on purpose. Right, it was definitely on purpose. I know you like that. I can whisper too if you want me to whisper. Do you want me to Bitch, where the stop button? Bitch, where the stop button? Where the stop button?